welcome back to RØDECaster User Meetup. I'm John. This is one of the two shows that we have here on this channel, the channel called Learner to Learner, where we're going to talk about all things RØDECasters, from somebody who's new to RØDECaster as well as from somebody who's been using it for a while. So whether or not you're somebody just researching and wanting to learn more, are tired of actually go out there and search and wanted to talk to somebody or be able to post something, ask the question, please, yes, it is Totoro. I've got so many comments about my shirt today. Oh, Aaron, when are you going to join us? Let's see. Now I'm going to tell you, take this opportunity to tell you if you want to participate, if you want to ask your question, obviously you can use the chat. I'll post the link in there. You can use the chat to ask your questions, but you can also use the link that I shared in there to access the website. So this is the website that you can go to. This is the YouTube channel, wrong thing, this one. You can go here, learnertolearner.com, and then go to the call in with Zoom button. Click on that. Once you click on that, it's going to ask you for registration. It's just a simple question just to prove that you are a human being and you are who you are and legitly wanting to join the show. So just fill those out, and then the invitation would come to you via email. So make sure you check your email, and if you do not get your email, make sure you check on the spam folder as well. Okay, so Aaron's trying to get on as well, but it's been a while since he's joined, so we're going to give him a little time to go through the whole process so that he can join us. Also, it's spring break, so he's able to join, otherwise he's teaching typically. But we have our usual guest, our friend Rob is back. Hello, Rob.
Hey,
Looks
how's it
like you
going?
have your camera, your iPhone. Was your iPhone sitting on your chest?
Yeah. Oh, am I double vision?
No? Yeah, I
Oh,
mean double
okay.
vision because there's only the two of us, and I'm putting you on the stream. You're watching the stream as well as yourself in Zoom. That's why you're seeing yourself twice. So if I switch it to me, you're fine. So this
Oh,
feed that
okay.
you're watching is actually the feed that I
Oh,
send out to YouTube. We have
oh,
a
okay.
few people watching on YouTube. So if you want to participate and want to join us in the conversation, feel free to do so. Once again, I'm actually going to put the ticker up so you actually have the information. But once again, it's also in the chat. You can go to the chat and then join us live there. Or simply ask your questions or send your comments through the YouTube live chat. Lovely to have you back. Last week was like a jam-packed, full, very eventful. We had Anna and also Brandy Joe getting their, setting up the new RØDECaster, or thinking about setting up the new RØDECasters. And so we took up quite a bit of time, including some of the soundcheck time. So if you want to check those out, go back to last week's show to check those out. Maybe won't be as busy this week. But
Right.
I do have something that I want to mention. Brandy Joe just joined. Oh, maybe we get to set it up. Okay, Brandy Joe's been busy because I see her all day on the Digital Stage Summit that was produced by Alec, who's somebody that I watch all the time take on tech. And so he's been putting out this amazing giant 3-day, I guess, live stream for digital content or digital creators, or content creators. And so Brandy Joe's been in there all day. I see her all day, but she's still back. Brandy Joe, I seriously thought you might be taking a break because it might be too tiring for you to be doing all day on the digital stage. What's it called? Digital Stage Summit. But you're still here, looking
Yes, I am.
amazing.
I got my teleprompter set up,
You did.
and let's see, I was on since 5 a.m. this
I
morning,
know.
and it was great. And I get to be a commentator on Thursday, so I'm
Yay.
excited. Yeah. So I'm like, I gotta get everything going and ready
Okay.
here.
Okay, so yes, I'm happy to do that, and I'm not sure if if you're gonna do it on Thursday. Do you still want to like go ahead and try to get your setup going for that, or you want to like play safe and not mess with it?
What do you think I should do?
Well, I know what you want to do, but if you
Okay.
ask me what what you should do, well, because your setup is currently USB, right? Your mic is plugged into your computer via USB only.
No, it's also the XLR too.
But
So I
your
can
current setup is not plugged in through XLR, right? It's just to
it's not, but it can be.
okay. So what I'll probably do is, since you have something that you need to do rather importantly, I would say keep your setup. Maybe we set up your pod mic and then leave this mic as is so that you can just plug it in and have your old setup already be there. The only thing that will be different is probably your eCam configuration will be a little bit more, a little bit slightly different, but we can also like switch that back to where it was. And I'm sure, you know, Alec or somebody would be able to help you, or at least we would set it all back to its original state. Maybe do a screenshot before you change anything, and then so that if you need to, you can just swap things back. Sounds good.
And I'm sure, but I'm okay with just chill and not do anything different and learn some more. I don't have to make any physical changes right now, as well.
Up to
So
you. Up to
that's
you.
fine
If
with
you're,
me.
I feel like if you haven't even used your RØDECaster just yet, maybe it's okay to set it up, and all you need to do is just unplug it and then change some settings back. But again, it's all up to your comfort level. If you don't want to mess with it until the set is over, which is totally understandable, that's probably is a
Let's
safer
stick
thing
with
to do.
that.
Okay,
I
good.
think that's the wise
That's
choice.
that's a wise choice too. I agree.
I do want to know
Mm-hmm.
what am I supposed to download for the
Mm.
RØDECaster again?
Why don't we go ahead and take a look at it? Okay, let's see. It
I can
is
at
the
least get that done.
Rode Central is what you need, and let's go to the website together and walk through this together. Let's go to Rode, and let's see. Nee has just joined us. Hello, Nee. And where do you find Rode Central? I think if you go there and you go to what products?
Go to the bottom. It should be like go to products. Sorry.
Go to products.
And then just click on the interface, a mixer.
Interface and mixers. Then come down.
Yes,
No.
you should see like the download.
Maybe we need to click onto one of the products, perhaps?
No, okay. Go back again to the top.
Yeah, that's the top.
Oh no, to the very top. Sorry.
Oh, like in here under products.
Oh, apps. Sorry.
Oh, under apps. Okay, there you go.
Yeah.
Apps. Click on that. There you go.
And then that's it right there.
Good tip. Yeah.
Sorry
Rode
about that.
Central. Click on that, and then download the Mac version, obviously for you, and then install that. Okay, I'm gonna add Nee into the conversation here. We have a slightly more chilled week. Okay, Aaron is here also. Aaron's been here a while back, and he now has to teach during the time where we do our live stream, so he hasn't been back for a while. So I'm so glad to be able to have him back. He was here through the difficult times when I had the Zoom bomber. You remember? And if I haven't been in communication with Aaron, I would have thought that had scared him away, and he's not coming back ever again. I've safeguarded some of those already. Hello, Aaron.
Yeah, I remember that day.
Hello. I lost my screen. There we go. Okay, audio. All right. Okay.
And I'm still waiting for your video. Your video is not coming in
Video.
yet.
Oh, yes.
There you
I forgot.
go.
There you
I
go.
There
forgot
you
how to do
go.
everything. Hello.
It's been a while, huh?
Yes.
Aaron, please meet our new friend, Brandy. Well, I've known her for a little bit longer than you by a few months. Brandy
Hello.
Jo just got her RØDECaster Pro 2 recently, and we're thinking about setting her up, but she does have a big thing to do. I'm sure some of you may have heard Alec put out this giant digital stage summit that's out there that is today, tomorrow, and the day after. And that is going on. And Brandy Jo is one of the commentators on what, Thursday? On the last day?
Thursday, yes.
Thursday, yeah. So we don't want to mess up her system. We don't want to play with the system too much. So we'll save that for next week. So maybe what we'll do is we can learn a little bit more here and there, just by like theory, without practically going in there and do that. So we can still have our discussion. And maybe Brandy Jo, if you have any questions, like, things that you want to know about the RØDECaster, the concept of it, or what are the things that you can or cannot do, things that you wish to do, feel free to ask. I know Aaron has a duo or a Pro 2. I can't remember. A duo. You have a duo. Okay. And of course, Knee is Pro 2 is still being shipped back. Did you get it yet?
So air tags really work, right?
Oh, you're
So
tracking it.
I can trace it where it's at, but it's still in California.
Oh,
sitting
okay, but it's in the
same
country now.
place. It's in the States. It made it off the ocean, but it's sitting in the same place in California.
It's just
and
been in the
hasn't moved.
warehouse.
It just hasn't moved. So I'm just like, but I'm using the Streamer X, which I actually really love it though. Sorry about that. I didn't think I was gonna like it, and I was like, let me just go for it. But I am really, really liking it. Just the form factor of itself being small, and it's been good to me. I'm
That's
just
good to
waiting
know.
yeah, I'm just waiting for the my RØDECaster 2 to come back, and then I'll see if I will like it. But I think I might end up selling that one.
Wow, the RØDECaster Pro 2. I mean, the RØDECaster Pro 2. Maybe somebody wants to buy it.
Yeah, maybe I might end up selling it and then just sticking with the Streamer X because I'm really enjoying it.
Who wants to buy it? So hit it up. I knew it. Rob just got my RØDECaster Pro OG, and he's already eyeing the RØDECaster Pro 2.
Yeah. Is it a white one by chance?
It is
No,
not,
no.
unfortunately.
Me and John got it when the first.
Before the white one was
actually-
available.
Yeah, before the white ones came available, which
Yeah, well,
mine has a
maybe
story. Mine has a story behind it, right? So
Hmm.
I think mine was a display unit. Like, I'm yet to believe.
Because your sticker.
Yeah, I think that was what they used to demo it at B&H for the very first time, and I'm sticking to that. It might not be true. It might not be true, but I'm sticking to that. I think that's what everybody watched on the interweb and say, "Hey, look, the new RØDECaster Pro 2 is out." But again, whatever makes me feel happy, right?
You know what? I have. Maybe I'll talk about it on Soundcheck. I'm checking on the everybody's resolution for me and see if anybody's coming in at 1080 or not. I am not seeing that yet, so I might not have set things up correctly because
I was just looking to see if I had a filter on. I'm like, my skin looks all,
smooth
the
and
zoom filter. Yeah.
So are you in through directly from Zoom, right, Aaron?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm looking at it. So the reason why is I just yesterday, last night, I started. I upgraded my Zoom plan to a business plan, and mainly for that one thing that I've always wanted, but then talked myself out of it because it was just out of reach, previously, if to get a business plan, you have to have 10 users or more. And recently, Zoom had changed some of the I guess regionally, like depending on where you are, you might be able to upgrade your pro plan to a business plan without having to buy 10 licenses. You can do one license at a time. And I've called them and requested for that functionality to be turned on, and it should be on, but I haven't seen you guys coming in at 1080. But of course, it also depends on your connection and your setup as well. So it whether or not your camera, I don't know, all of your camera are coming in at 1080 into Zoom or not. I'm just curious.
You mean 720p?
Well, if I mean, if it is at 720, that makes sense. But if any of you are coming in, I'm not sure. Brandy Joe, are you coming in at 1080 or
I'm
your
sending
camera?
12. I'm sending 1280
Tell me
by
that's 720.
and
Okay.
I'm receiving 640 by 360.
Okay. So I guess what about Aaron and Rob? Are you coming in at 720 or 1080? Or was totally
I
geeking
don't
out?
know how to check that. I whatever the default is.
Well, it's your camera. Is your camera going in through a I guess a capture card? Let me.
I don't-
Rock. What?
So
Let
I'm
me.
using
Doc
I'm
wants to
using
come on.
I'm using the camera that's built into the MacBook
me-
Pro.
Let me
So-
in, damn it. Okay, sorry. I was like obsessed. Let me look at the registration.
I
Okay,
got a
so-
question after that, okay?
Okay. So, Doc, if you want to join, go to the website. I'm going to put the link one more time in the chat. Go to the website, Learner to Learner, and then click on so go to the website here, and then click on the call in with Zoom button, and then do the quick registration, just to safeguard. And then I will check on your registration right now and see once it's in. Oh yeah, you are in. Okay, so maybe you have been. Oh, there you go.
Maybe
Yeah,
he is the Zoom bomber, right?
No.
I know he's not.
I'll let him bomb my. Okay, so he's in.
Yeah, I noticed I didn't have to do that this time. It just I just clicked the button and it went in there today.
Good. So okay, there you go. That's that. Yeah, I can't believe I have Doc Rock in the house coming soon. Okay, I just approved it. So Doc, you should have it now.
Okay, so whilst we're waiting for Doc, can I ask a question on Zoom?
Yes.
So with the audio, right? When you go into the audio settings, right?
Uh-huh.
And then you go to advanced,
Uh-huh.
right? It still has echo cancellation where you could select high, low, or medium.
Yeah, you so let me see if you're oh wait, why?
Interesting.
Oh man.
I noticed that yesterday because obviously I just bought a new Mac and I was just setting everything up and Zoom was the
Wait, so
last
you going
thing.
into advanced and then what?
You go to advanced and then I still see echo cancellation, though I turn it off.
Let me switch to is this my tertiary screen? No. I can't keep up. I have too many screens. Maybe that's my secondary. Is this my secondary? Why am I not seeing this? Oh, I know why. Anyway, let me get Doc in here.
You want me to share my screen?
Yeah, please do.
Okay.
Doc is in the house. I feel like I need a music or something.
Better put out the red carpet.
I know. Look at who's here. Okay, all right. Where I'm gonna add Doc to the camera. Where is he? Oh, I need to add. There's too many places to add. I'm nervous because Doc's here.
Now he wears his pants the same way you wear your pants too.
I don't wear pants.
Okay.
Hey,
Okay, Mr. I don't wear pants.
ladies and gentlemen, welcome Doc Rock to the house.
Yes.
Hey,
Pretty
hey,
much
hey.
only sweats. I live in Hawaii. There's no reason to wear pants. I wear sweats basically 24/7.
Okay, so now with Doc in the house, maybe I can check to see if his feed is
My feet is glorious, dude.
no. See, okay, so I don't know how I'm looking at my camera effects and it looks like it's still 720.
Go
So
to Zoom. You go to Zoom.
uh-huh.
Well, for somebody who asks how do you
Yes.
check that on your computer, you go to Zoom and you go down to video settings, and at the very bottom you click on. I mean, not the bottom. Halfway down the bottom, you click on statistics, and the statistics will tell you what you're doing.
In
Sending and
under
receiving.
video.
Bomb cloud, your rude boy down. Let me show you.
Okay. All right.
I'll make it.
Have to have, don't you have to have one screen
Uh
that's on your end at least full screen in order for it to be sending out
Well,
that
yeah, it's okay. So
resolution?
I don't. Let's handle the audio question first, and then come back to this because I don't want to sidetrack everybody.
okay, all right. Audio. Let me
John can be easily tracked.
wait, let me open up zoom.us so that I can follow along, maybe share some screen. And you're sharing your screen, aren't you?
No, it's
No, I mean
not.
Doc's doing that.
There you go.
Okay.
This is in Zoom settings, right? And then you basically go down here and you click
Oh,
on the video
statistics.
tab,
Okay.
and you go to statistics, and it tells you what your resolution is: 1280 by 720.
Okay, so
It tells you how you're sending it.
so yours is 7. Oh, maybe that's why. It's probably
And
because
I have Zoom 1080, but I have the baller Zoom plan because you can't for Zoom. I mean, Zoom's a partner, right? So
right. But so this is what happened. I was
wait, stick to the audio question first. Let's come back.
okay, yes. Let's answer the audio. Why
So
Nee asked the question.
yeah, so why is it that like when you go into the audio, you go into advanced, though you have how do you call it, echo cancellation off, and you go to the advanced, it still has echo cancellation where you could choose low, high, or auto, you know?
In Zoom settings?
Yeah.
Oh, I have mine turned off here.
No,
Then
go
all,
click on the advanced
all the way down at the
all
bottom.
the way down.
Oh, there you go. Blood clot. Oh yeah, mine's just grayed out.
But you can select it still.
Yeah, but it's going to override it anyway. The fact that this is not hot, like in comparison to, see how bright that is? This is
Yeah.
bright white, right? These, you can select it all you want, but it's going to be ignored. And you can tell it's being ignored because, well, it's dim. But this might break something. If I go like that, then now it should work. Now these are, bright. I mean, it probably doesn't work anyway, but
Yeah.
never. But why? Okay, here's my first question: why do you want to use echo cancellation?
No, I'm using the echo cancellation, right?
Okay,
I was
good.
just
Yeah, just
being
leave it
curious
He's just
yesterday.
tinkering.
I was bored, dog. I just bought a new Mac, and I was just uploading stuff back onto the new system. So I was just going through the settings that I had, and I was like, okay, let me check the advanced button, and I saw that, and I was like, huh, this is just kind of weird, you know?
You see this? What they just recently added, which is so dope. They added a live performance audio mode,
Yeah.
which is so
Yeah, I haven't tried it yet. I
Me
haven't
neither,
tried it yet.
because you don't want me saying it. No.
I wish they had it. I wish they had it during the pandemic for like when I was doing church live stream and trying to get the musicians in different places to try to sing together. It was just a terrible thing.
Yeah, for the most part, we should never use echo cancellation because the first thing it does is degrades the audio quality.
Let's talk about that because because this is the RØDECaster user meetup, right? And many of us here are RØDECaster users. So let's talk about like how we like my principle is if I'm able to route the audio correctly, then and then put on headphones and have your guest put on headphones, you shouldn't have to worry about echo cancellation. But reality is that you might not have, like I have another show that I am happy that guests just join and they can be like anywhere out and about. And when they join, the echo cancellation sometimes it is helpful, and also like the whole noise suppression thing. It's all that is good, and so I understand that. But if we want to sit down and do a show like what we're doing right now, I would probably have to, at least on my end, have everything set up properly so that we don't need to use echo
Well,
cancellation.
yeah, as the host, okay, so for you as the host, you're not gonna use it because you're gonna use headphones, or like I use in-ear
Mm-hmm.
monitors because my head's already huge. Headphones is a whole different game. I mean, for real, this hat says size 8.
Bro, quickly before you go, how many headphones have you broken? Because I got a record of breaking
Dude,
Rode
from
headphones.
DJing, dude, I would buy MDR's 7506s like 10 at a time. And they used to be like, why? Because I work in the club and people are always pulling it off. Or like one of the problems with being like one of the bigger DJs in the club, if there's a scrap, the headphones are off. I got to take care of it, before the bouncers get there. So it's just, I went through them. But my family was a Sony dealer, so I could do that. It's a little cheaper. But so John, if they're the guest, and the guests in this particular, especially in Zoom, and they're coming in, it doesn't really matter for them. But for you as a host, what struggles my bus is when we got hosts complaining about they hear slapback all the time. And, the recent one that came up in the community is, most of us are going to sit with the mic at a normal distance, right? One fist, 4 to 6 inches tops. They got the SM7B all the way over here, trying to look, cool on the couch. And then they're bringing their guest in on a TV, like a 65-inch TV. And then in order to hear the guests, they're either using a sound bar or speakers in the room, and they turn that up so that they can hear the guests. Well, when you're on an SM7B and you're not eating the mic, even from here to here, there's a volume difference, right? So how do you get the SM7B to hear the host if the host is here? You crank it up past 65 on the RØDECaster.
Yeah.
Now the SM7B noise rejection doesn't work, player, because you blasted it past. It's called the fructrum. It's a really hard word to say because you can actually turn it into a swear word. But a fructrum is the cone that is where your voice is supposed to be when speaking to a mic. Every mic you ever bought that wasn't from Amazon came with a printout that showed you what the fructrum is. But when people open the box, you know what they don't look at? Papers. And then they like, well, my SM7B doesn't sound like yours because you're across the room, pimp. Pull up. What are you doing?
Hey, there was this big YouTuber that bought an SM7B, right? I've forgotten his name, and he trashed the microphone, right? After he had posted this video, everybody went on in and said, hey, dummy, you're using it as like a condenser mic. You gotta come closer because that's a dynamic microphone. Yeah. It was just bad,
Hey, but that's okay. That's why they need to come over here. We can learn together. There is room
that was
for
the problem
anyone.
with the Yeti, Jay. You remember when everyone say, how come you hate on the Yeti so much? Because people was turning it upside down and sideways and talking to the back end of it and the whole 9 yards. And I'm like, you're trying to turn it into a fashion statement. It's a freaking microphone. You need to talk to it a certain way,
I was just talking this afternoon through where was it? It was like through a comments with Aaron on how how technically physics just does not say that your dynamic microphone is picking up a reject sound more than your condenser microphone. It's the pickup pattern and also how you use your microphone.
See this chart right here? That's telling you what you're supposed to do.
Oh, there you go.
Like it comes in. And then there's even a picture with the dude saying, do not yell at it this way, yell at it that way. Sorry, wrong finger. But like, you don't even have to read, homie. It is a freaking diagram. It is a picture, right? And it's like, bro, like, so somebody would go ahead and drop 500 quid on this and then be like, oh, it don't sound good. And I'm like, no,
You're
you
speaking
don't
into
read
the
good.
wrong end. Vava, Thank you. I say good evening. I'm enjoying watching the live session. Thank you, Baba. Hopefully you'll come back for more. Tonight we have a special guest that popped up
I got
from
2
Hawaii.
words. I got 2 words, right? Fulcrum, right? Is that what you said, Doc?
Fructrum.
Fructrum. Yeah, fructrum.
Fructrum.
Fructrum and hysteresis.
Yeah,
Those 2
hysteresis.
things. Yeah, I'm keeping it in mind.
Hysteresis is the medical condition.
Is there anything like diaphoresis?
Oh God, goodness. Okay, let me pop.
Consult your doctor more.
Well, who was that? Who's that? Who's that from?
It's me. I was just making a joke.
Oh, no, it doesn't sound. I didn't see your mouth move. Oh, you're using your phone as your microphone.
Yeah.
Oh, you're using the continuity microphone or whatever it is. He has. Tell us what happened. You have to like reset up everything. Factory reset his
So
regular computer.
Yeah, so I totally erased my my Mac Studio, and I'm trying to get everything organized so that my Mac Studio is primarily just for making music, and so all my keyboard, my console, and everything's going to go just for that. And then my RØDECaster and all that playing around jazz and all that good stuff that I do with all y'all will be for on the MacBook Pro.
You know, if you want to find a tinkerer, Rob is the one. Like every week he comes in with different things, different microphones, different setup, different combination of things, and it's never consistent, which is good. We're learning through his experience as well. Oh my goodness. Well, let me welcome Jason on Clubhouse. Jason, hello. Clubhouse is still a
Hey,
thing.
everybody.
Hey, Jason.
Hi,
Good to see you.
Jason.
Hello.
So we're chatting here. Oh, I just realized I forgot to put a link to this room on Clubhouse. Usually I do that, and I was just looking at I was like obsessively trying to check on the picture quality of the Zoom call, and apparently I haven't had the 1080. And of course, there's a lot of
why. I want to know why.
Because
now we can go back. Now we can go back to this conversation.
Because yesterday I upgraded to the business plan because now they do they can do single user now for business plan for some people.
Yes.
And so that's how I want to report and let you know that it is not that case for everyone. In fact, everywhere. On my computer, I couldn't do it, but on my phone, I did it.
Okay, so it's probably just something that needs to matriculate to the system, and then you'll
Maybe
be fine.
so.
But before we get into this craziness, I want to solve a problem, because this is something that maybe even myself I'm guilty of from before, but I know better now. Okay, so first of all, I just want to. This is going to be quick. No, you don't have to stress out. You can just pull whatever comes to mind. Don't think too hard. We're going to go around the room, and I'll start with Brandy Joe because that's my homie. Brandy Joe, what's your favorite movie?
Ooh, Megamind.
Megamind. Okay, she's a little current.
If
We'll
it's
keep
not a cartoon, it's I would probably go for something like Interstellar.
Okay, good one.
Interstellar.
Lee, what's your favorite movie?
Yeah.
Anything from Marvel, so Captain America.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, there you go. All right, Aaron.
For years, I've been saying something different, but the first thing that popped in my head was Shawshank Redemption.
Ooh.
Bingo. Okay, I'm gonna keep Aaron to that one. Go ahead, John.
There's this movie called Eat, Drink, Men, Women, a Taiwanese movie from the 90s that I absolutely love.
Of course, that's your choice.
Because it's about
All right,
food.
Hold that. and then BT. What about you? Robert, Bob, Taylor, get it, BT. That's what I do.
Oh.
My brain does that. I'm sorry. John will
like,
tell you,
who's
my brain
that?
just does that.
I don't know where you came up with that, but that's okay. Mine is that one with those two Irish brothers. Oh man, I've only seen it 1,000 times.
Can you flip
Um,
your phone upside down so that your microphone is facing you instead of? There you go.
95.5. Is that better?
No.
Not better.
I thought it was going to be.
Okay.
I
But
think it's
anyway,
a wireless thing. It's like it's a little jittery, but that's okay.
yeah. Anyway, it's that one with those two Irish brothers, with the bartender that always messes up the jokes and everything. Oh my gosh, it's so funny.
Maybe the comments, people in the chat room.
They become vigilantes.
Just
for God.
just chat GPT it and put it in the chat.
It's got
That's a good
the guy
idea.
from The Walking Dead. He's always in like every episode of The Walking Dead. One of the Duffy brothers. Oh, come on, you guys.
We'll come back for that.
Blanket. Okay. Anyway, John. So I'm glad you picked Shawshank Redemption. And here's why. This movie was shot in 1994, and right now, this doesn't do good for Bob's audio, but this has better quality than the cameras that shot Shawshank Redemption.
Wow.
And you know what everybody does on YouTube? Oh, this camera quality and this camera quality and this camera to your YouTube video where 6 people watched it. Shawshank Redemption is one of the award-winningest movies to ever walk the face of the earth. Shot on something that has less quality than the phone you have on your chest faking as a microphone. Why is that? Because you don't trust you. If you don't trust you, why should anybody else trust you? When you have the confidence to know that what you say is gangster, then you don't care what it looks like. So, first of all, half the stuff in your Blu-ray collection is at 720p. The majority of the stuff in your VHS collection is at 540p. And you watch the living, I'm going to say bad words on John's show. Out of all of
You
those.
can.
But you know what I'm saying? This is
We've
why
seen
this is
worse.
why people drive me nuts. This is why people drive me nuts. Because you're talking out the side of your neck. Because if you ask anybody, all the filmmaker guys on YouTube talk about making cinematic shots, when you ask them what's their favorite movie, a lot of them say Shawshank. That's one of the tops. And they're out here
It is
talking
good
about,
movie.
oh, Red versus Nikon versus whatever. And I'm like, the movie that you love, Close Encounters, Star Wars, Shawshank Redemption, Waterworld. Nobody likes Waterworld. You know,
Oh my gosh.
the trial and times of Ricky Bobby, Talladega Nights. I mean, your iPhone will smoke all of those cameras. And we over here tripping about 720. The Blu-ray for Talladega Nights is in 720. The majority of your Blu-ray collection that came out prior to 2022, no, I take it back, 2020-ish, is 720. Only Blu-rays after that are 1080. Or you paid a lot of money for it. So I'm just saying, people be high. And second of all, Branjo told you all something very genius, and nobody heard her.
I'm gonna get this thing to stop.
At the size that you're going to see it in Zoom, it doesn't matter if it was 12K. You're looking at a stamp. So it's not taking up 1080 on your screen, right? So all the little boxes, if you put all of us on the screen combined, and what is there? We got an even 6.
Like that.
Yeah, if you got an even 6, we're all looking at, let's go.
1920 divided by 3.
1920 divided by 3.
640. 640, just like
There you
old
go.
broadcast SD time.
All right, so we're looking at 640 by 540. Yeah, 640 by 540 across each one of us. Who cares what resolution we send higher than that?
True.
This is where people be tripping.
Except
And
for
they
this
tripping
shot.
because somebody else told them that. Okay, so
The-
now we're doing. Oh my God, I'll bring this one down. 960. Now we're doing 960 by 1080. It's still you're doing fine. Like
But when
you're
you're
doing
John and you spend money on makeup, you want people to see it.
Well, that's true. My makeup tutorial. Wait, look at my brush. It's my
Oh,
Swiffer.
listen.
This is where I have standby when you commented on my dusty RØDECaster the other day.
Okay, so I want to cover the makeup thing real quick because this comes up a lot, and
Filter?
I kind of love this. I love this comment. if you want to put makeup on and you want your joint to look good, like I do,
Lens.
this is the answer.
Filter.
This is
And
the
that
answer.
was
Not some
what
stupid piece of software, not some random crap you bought, not Snapchat filters. This is a Black Pro Mist filter. This one is a 52 millimeter 1.8, I'm sorry, 1/8 Black Pro Mist filter. What you're looking at on my camera, why I have high elation on all my lights, is a Nisi. You can buy cheap Pro Mist filters. Don't buy an expensive one. I'm stupid. I bought $100 one, which is dumb because all it is glass that they scratched. So don't buy an
so I
expensive
could
one.
get the one from Ulenzi or something, and
Yes.
it should work good, right?
You
And
know
that was
who
what
I've
I
been
was.
picking on for years, but it's really good? I've been picking on them for years, but I just bought some stuff from them, and I'm actually proud of what they make now, and that's KNF Concepts. So big ups to KNF, and you can get one for
I
$20.
love KNF filters.
Who said that?
That's
Was that
Jason. They Jason
Hey,
on
Jason.
Clubhouse.
Jason Baraja?
This,
Yes.
yeah. There you go.
Sorry, when I see Latinos, I just connect.
It's barajas, but you know, hey,
That's what I said.
you
I
said
said
baraja.
Barajas. Oh, I missed the S. My bad.
Well,
No,
S was
I didn't get to
silent.
add my 2 cents.
wait.
My favorite cinematography film
Oh,
is either
yeah.
Avatar. Avatar just stands out, and The Abyss.
Oh, the
Those
abyss
two
is so
movies right there stood out
good. Ooh.
so much for me. But I wanted to add towards the filming and the cinematography. So I've been filming on the coast and other cultural events with my DJ Osmo Pocket 3 with filters and taking pictures. And then I've also been messing with the DJI Mini 4 Pro drone, and the footage is unbelievable. And I've messed with the 4K at 30 frames to 4K at 60 frames. And it's really the handler. Whenever you're filming, if you don't understand light, you won't understand your lens. And if you don't understand your lens, then you're not going to understand the capabilities of whatever you're using, from a mirrorless to a vlogging camera. You need to understand the light and then what is on that lens. And that makes the difference. And you have to tell the story with your eyes, not with your mind. And that's what I tell people.
Man.
I did
Vava, your approval is coming.
I did
That was the name of the movie.
yeah,
I was
Boondock
trying.
Saints, because I did
That's such a good
ChatGPT,
movie.
and it said,
Yeah.
you know,
Such a good movie.
I totally agree with what Jason had said, right? So almost all my profile pictures and everything was shot on an iPhone 12, right? When I was in South Korea. But what I was doing was I was sticking closer to the windows and using natural light and everything. And most of my guys were like, did somebody professional take this picture for you? I even had somebody on Instagram send me a message asking me, what camera am I using? I said, I'm using the iPhone 12 mini and natural light. And later on, I got the Amaran 25C also, and I was using those, which that's what I'm using right now, and some Ulenzi light, because my other lights are still stuck in California. But I totally agree with what Jason is saying. Once you understand the lenses well and how to play with light, it does make a difference. And talking about DJI Osmo Pocket 3, they got them on sale at Costco. I was in Costco
Costco.
yesterday.
I've
That's
been
where I
telling
bought
everybody.
mine.
That makes me
That's
think
where I
the
got
4
mine.
is coming
500
out.
bucks.
Yep.
Yeah. It's you know, I've been telling people this forever. Like my Pocket 3 and my Osmo Action 5 as a combination is my camera kit of choice right now. Instead of lugging around my Sonys and a bunch of lenses and some other crazy stuff. And then if I feel like I want to shoot pictures that's for the sake of shooting pictures, like not having something techie in my hand, I'm gonna take this Fujifilm over here because it's just like taking pictures. You know what I mean? Like it's not a lot of fuss. You can't change the lens. You kind of like stuck at rangefinder mode and just go have fun.
Have you tried
John,
the?
Yes, Jason?
Sorry, go ahead,
I was
Jason.
just gonna say, I put a link of my TikTok that I just filmed with my DJ Osmo 3. I just put a link of my TikTok in the chat, and if you want to look at or share it, That's the quality that it filmed in. My friends didn't believe me. They
Awesome.
thought that has to be full frame or that has to be mirrorless. I'm like, no, it was filmed all my Pocket 3.
I just shared it in the
There's a
chat.
video, Jason. There's a video just put out today by Matt Hapoya. I don't know if you know him. He's a camera YouTuber, dear friend. He just posted a video and he did Sony FX3 and iPhone 16 side by sides. And for the first half of the video, he didn't tell anybody which was which. And I'm telling you, most people can't tell the difference. This is what scares content creators, because when you decide you want to go get a camera, right? You go to YouTube and you're going to pull up all of my friends, right? We're all camera YouTubers, which is why I kind of stopped talking about cameras. And what happens is you start hearing what they're saying, and like, you need to have this, you need to have full frame, like Jason just said, or you need to have this kind of lens and this millimeters. And yeah, to a certain extent it makes sense. Now the OGs are going to come at you with depth of field and sort of what the focus is like, sort of what the back focus is like. But with the young kids, they're just going to keep repeating the same stuff because they all learn from basically the same crew. And what that does is it clouds so much that people forget that the iPhone is highly capable. And 28 days later is an entire movie shot 100% on iPhone. Now, granted, it had rigging, which probably brings them up, but even to use that as the excuse, like, oh, well, it's only good because they had all of that rigging. No, they had all of that rigging because they needed it to maintain continuity and have a certain level of control. That doesn't change the quality of the phone. The sensor is still the sensor. All of the rigging does is make it easier for the operator. You know what I mean? So that's not the. And so I love when people are like, well, that doesn't count because they had like $3,000 worth of rigging. Yeah, this camera's still the camera, right? And a whole bunch of stuff you watch on TV now is shot on GoPros and Osmos and the drone Jason's talking about. A lot of these drones, because they're destructible. So I've worked on sets where we use what used to be called the Sony PD-150, which was a 3 CCD camcorder, and when we would do stuff for Nat Geo, the reason why they would use those instead of, say, like a Cine Alta, this is a $350,000 camera when properly set up with a Fuji 9 lens. PD-150s were $5,000 a piece. They were considered disposable. So if we're doing something in surf here and the surf takes the camera out, you don't want to lose the expensive one. You have insurance to lose the $5,000 one. Now, that camera quality is again eclipsed by this $500 Osmo Pocket 3. And can be easily put into some sort of housing, or like an action camera, and like the Osmo Action 5, right? So that's why GoPros became so popular, is because they're basically disposable cameras. When you mount it on a car for Fast and the Furious and it goes flying, $300, just slip another one on and keep going.
You go back and chase for the SD card, and then you threw the camera away.
Yeah, 100%. Like, and half the time they would just recover the SD card if they could. If they couldn't, they would just reshoot the scene. But it's funny because YouTubers would get out and talk so much crap. And like, one thing good about living in Hawaii is I see productions 24/7. Somebody's always filming. There's Jake or Fat Man or Hawaii Five-0 or Godzilla or something's always filming here. And you see guys on CBS running around with little cameras that people on YouTube are talking smack about, like the the FX30 or the FX3, and like, you watch that on TV every week, you just don't know it because no one's telling you. So it's kind of funny.
Vince joined us. Vince, you have your camera ready, or you just want to come on as just voice?
First of all, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Sorry. First time for me to join the session. I'm a little shy and a
That's
little
okay.
overwhelmed by these professional studios I'm looking at here. So mostly I'm just here for witness. I saw this live stream. I think it was about a week ago, maybe recorded. Enjoyed the content, so I thought I'd join again and be a little bit more active in the discussion.
Thank you,
So,
Vince.
yeah. I got my RØDECaster Pro 2 about 2-3 years ago, and I fired it up again recently, and it's brought my interest back into it.
Oh,
So to
good. Wait, that's really awesome to hear.
crowd
Yeah.
get out.
Feel free. And how do you typically use it? Like, in what scenario do you use it? In meetings or live streaming things? What do you use your RØDECaster for, Vince?
Yeah, great question. Yeah, most of my use of RØDECaster is really in the business workplace. Like, I do a lot of presentations. So I would say that kind of sales type scenarios. So I'm trying to up my presentation game a little bit with like use of OBS as a complement to the RØDECaster. But yeah, mostly there.
Well,
So.
Vince, Doc is making a face because I use OBS for a long time, and I refused to go to Ecamm. I knew about Ecamm. A lot of people told me. Nee told me about Ecamm.
I kept on begging him.
Everybody wants me to use because they
wish you
saw the workaround.
Oh, you wish
Well,
I
he
hadn't
did.
begged
Actually,
him?
I didn't listen. I didn't listen to
He
them.
never listened because
I didn't listen to them
he
for
enjoyed
years.
the struggle. He
I
enjoy
did the struggle because I didn't want to pay for it. But at one point, I forgot what it was. I think it was me trying to go into Video Ninja. Remember Video Ninja? I was trying to with OBS and trying to use that. It was just very clunky, and so I thought maybe I'll give Ecamm a try. So I gave it a try, and it was great. And I was using the interview mode for a while, but it really was until Zoom, the integration. So not only am I paying for the yearly subscription for Ecamm, I'm also paying for Zoom subscription because I could do everything I'm doing right now, but not easily. And my brain is constantly on, oh my gosh, when is it going to break? Or would I be able to recover what I broke on live to fix it? But I've been an Ecamm user. Speaking of, so if you want to take a look at that too, Vince, in the future, don't have to. Like I said, I've been an avid OBS user for a while, but so many questions was asked last week about the equipment that we were using, especially when we were talking about camera. So I used to have a separate page of like resources that I collected. The first thing, powered by Ecamm. This is the software, including the discount code. So if you want to go to the website and check it out, I put that in the link chat as well. Go check that out. And all my gears are listed here, including some of the bundles that I was sharing with Anna, and specifically Anna. I don't think we have to do that for Brandy Joe, but for Anna, since she wants to connect to RØDECaster, her RØDECaster Duo to the Clubhouse, and we were talking about the SC19, all that. So all the bundles that I put together, including the RØDECaster channels, which I updated. So the channel numbers are listed, and I compiled those on the site so that I can go to it quickly, and you can also go do that as well. And if you want to specifically assign a specific channel on your DAW over to like a specific, like if you want to record with your microphone, it's not number one because the channel 1 and 2 are the stereo mix down. So then you want to have to go to like channel 3, and on your DAW you would look for channel number 3 and not channel number 1, things like that. So you can go to the website and check out all those resources. Yes, Mogami Gold, correct. I have that listed there too, I think.
Come on, dude.
Man, we're talking about platinum, man. Platinum, baby.
Nope.
Well, I thought the dialogue might get interesting seeing Doc's shirt there and his email. So
no, I'm just teasing, bro. I don't care
but actually,
I just want you to do it.
yeah. Well, and you kind of throw it out there. Like I remember I tried OBS like it was about 3 or 4 years ago, and I was pulling my hair out, going, "This is super complex for what I wanted to do." But I'm a pretty technical guy, so I went at it pretty hard, and I was doing it. But what I really had problems with is I was having a lot of instability with it, and I'm like, it's hard enough to get everybody together for a presentation, but to have OBS fail in the middle of it just makes things that much more complex. And then there was another software that I ended up going to, and I'm sorry I don't recall the name of it, but it was actually an OBS Lite kind of software that was designed to work with presentation software like a PowerPoint. I don't know, Doc, if you know about that.
Streamlabs?
Say again, which one?
Was it Streamlabs OBS?
Maybe, yeah. I think that might have been it. And I used that for a while, but then I moved on to other things and whatever. And it seemed to work pretty good, but it just really wasn't super flexible or anything like that.
Yes,
But,
King Paco did say correctly. Ecamm is only for Apple computers only.
What?
Yes.
Okay. Yes.
Well, there you go.
So
that's it. No more Windows. Yeah.
Then it would be, what would be the most comparable Windows solution?
I would say honestly, the best thing on the Windows side is vMix. vMix is way more stable. There's a huge community behind it. There's a lot of, professional people in there. A lot of guys on office hours are in the vMix. The one thing that's different is it's sort of like in the level of Wirecast as far as you got to be a lot more smarter about how to use it. Like people always ask, how come you're not bringing Ecamm to Windows? Because Windows ain't ready for Ecamm. Like we built Ecamm on the thing that no matter who opens it, my sister, who is brilliant in many ways but not tech, she could do an Ecamm stream in like 45 minutes, and she's over 60, so she'd just be able to do it. So we built it in the whole Apple, it just works kind of mentality. Most of the things that people run into is them trying to be complicated. But if you just turned it on and did what you needed to do, it just works. Like, and I know how to use OBS. I came from Wirecast, which is just as bad. And I still I have better things to do than fight the tech. I want to do what I'm doing.
That's what I
Like,
finally
I know
gave
how to
in.
do the tech. Like, this is my job for 50 years nearly, but I don't want to play with that. I want to play with this, right? You buy a good car so you never have to tinker. When we were in high school, it was fun changing manifolds and whatever. Now I just get in the car, start it, and drive. Take it to B&W to put in oil once every couple of months.
Look at John IT like me. I'm super complicated. Speaking of complicated, let's wrap this up because we barely talk about RØDECasters. We talk about it's all because of me. I'm trying to check my 1080 feed, and then we went down this rabbit hole about resolution, which we're going to talk more because I'm still trying to figure out. What I was trying to say is that if you are the ones, because I'm one of those, I wanted to have people coming in 1080, especially when I have one-on-one interviews, and I wanted to get the max. Would people care? Probably not, because I've been doing my podcast for 20 years, and I know the last 12, 15 years with video, I should pull up my first video, quote, video podcast, right? When I turn my audio podcast into video, and then show you how horrible it looks. So stay tuned. We'll go over to a sound check where we'll open up the conversation and talk a little bit more about just this RØDECaster Pro, and maybe we can have Brandy Joe ask some questions too, if there's any. We'll continue the conversation over there. We'll see you all shortly on the next show. But those of you who are already on Zoom, just stay put, and then we will chat in a moment. You guys can carry on your conversation. I will mute myself until the show's we're getting ready to start. I will start the show then. Thanks, everybody.
Yay.